everyone.
What's up guys, Unofficial MCU here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an exciting update into the regards of Spider-Verse 3 and into the regards of its release date. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Marvel related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from the Direct's article as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. I kind of clickbait you guys there for a minute. Spider-Verse 3 isn't necessarily an exciting update. It's an update nonetheless, so I kind of find it exciting, but it's more or less of a discouraging update into the release date from what we're hearing for Spider-Verse 3. So Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Verse 3, has appeared to be quite far away from its actual intended release, according to a disappointing new report and update. The 2023's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Verse 2, became quite a massive hit and success for Sony Pictures, ranking as one of the highest grossing movies of the year, behind the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I'm really not sure how that happened, but anyway, this made fans quite anxious for the third movie to hit theaters, especially given the cliffhanger that was left at the end of Spider-Verse 2, especially after it was originally also going to be releasing a record-breaking 301 days after that second movie. So it had like a timetable for when it was going to be released, and Sony Pictures had essentially set up, everything for its marketing and its promoting and for when it was going to release, because they had left Spider-Verse 2 at that cliffhanger essentially. But that unfortunately just is no longer the case. Even then, to have a turnaround table like of that is honestly absolutely crazy. But also to say that Sony Pictures couldn't or could do that, I definitely think that they can. The Beyond the Spider-Verse, or Spider-Verse 3's release timeframe prospects only unfortunately continue to get worse, it appears. So according to a recent report from the Cosmic Circus, Sony Pictures is nowhere near ready to release Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse anytime soon. It was supposed to come out sometime like this year. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out in the spring or the summer of this year actually. And the third movie in the animated Miles Morales Spider-Verse trilogy, bringing it to a conclusion there as well. More specifically speaking, in a recent Q&A session on the website's Discourse channel, Cosmic Circus journalist Alex Perez had noted that the sequel, or threequel, is just not necessarily ready to be released until another 2 to 3 years from now actually. So maybe not even next year, maybe in 2026, maybe 2027 is when we could see it, like as a realistic time frame, to be honest with you guys. As he reads and reports, they're still working hard on it, and I'm hearing a lot of cool things for it. As for a potential release, I'm hearing that we're still 2 to 3 years out for Spider-Verse. Ending that quote right there. It's honestly pretty crazy and very unfortunate, but if it takes the time for it to take that time, essentially to have that that release date, make sure it's polished and all the work is in for it, not just like giving us a half-assed project essentially, then I'm all for it, to be honest with you guys. Now, also seeing that turnaround between the first Spider-Verse movie and the second Spider-Verse movie, it was like 4 or 5 years, to be honest with you guys, but then there were some other factors in there. There was a pandemic that had gone on, so that definitely brought things to a halt. I think that there was also the strikes that had gotten into the way with that, with the actor strike and the writer strike that was last year. This also comes more than a year after Beyond the Spider-Verse was already taken off with the March 29th of 2024 release date, with Sony delaying the movie kind of just indefinitely. So it's also good to see that Sony's taken this into account and has acknowledged that. It's just kind of into the prospects of giving an official update and an official announcement into those regards. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't do anything with that at Comic-Con a couple of weeks ago. Of course, I know Marvel Studios and the Marvel Cinematic Universe had really taken to dominate Hall H and San Diego Comic-Con, but hey, I think that would have been an equal surprise, if not just something nice to kind of hook the fans in there, essentially keep us in the loop essentially for Spider-Verse 3. So as per the Cosmic Circus, saying that we're still another 2 to 3 years out for a release of Spider-Verse 3, when are we realistically going to actually be able to see this conclusion to the Spider-Verse trilogy? Considering there was nearly a 5-year gap between the releases of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Verse 1, Spider-Verse 2, this development is not exactly surprising, but as I had also mentioned, there were definitely other contributions and factors that had gone into that. Gwen Stacy star Haley Steinfeld. It even revealed that she hadn't actually started recording her lines for the threequel quite yet in June of last year. And as of December, producer Chris Miller had shared that the team was knee deep in it into the regards of its overall animation process, when also discussing the production schedule, giving signs of hope that things were actually going along and at least starting to go along, to say the least. He and also the co-executive producer Phil Lord had also previously stated and revealed that the movie would only be released simply when it's ready, showing how important it is to them and for them to do this last part of the trilogy the right way, and as I had mentioned, just not half-ass it, go all out with it. The musician, one of the musicians behind the Spider-Verse trilogy as well, D4VD, aka David Anthony Burke, had also shared a potentially exciting tease for the film's release back in April, much rather, seemingly indicating that Spider-Verse 3 would be ready to release sometime in 2025. It seems like more of a realistic prospect. I think the Cosmic Circus saying that, oh yeah, we're still 2 to 3 years out for the release of Spider-Verse 3 is kind of just being realistic about it, in hopes that it would come sooner, essentially. However, this update also seems to push that release dates a bit further. One of the cast members, Karen Sony, had also told Times Entertainment in August of this year that recording would start in a few months, meaning that it may not begin until the end of this year or even then early next year, because there's just not a lot of productions going on during that holiday season. In between November and early January, pretty much the film industry kind of just shuts down essentially. Everybody goes on holiday and is taking a break from all of those projects. Also, taking those updates into consideration, it would seemingly be impossible for the film to be ready before 2026, with the recording and the animation process still heavily left to be done. Sony may even want to push it until 2027 to ensure that it can simply be the best that it can be. Thankfully, whenever the time does come for its release, I think that we're very hopeful and faithful that they're going to put out a great conclusion to this trilogy before they move Miles Morales on into live action with the MCU there as well. I think is going to be honestly pretty great. Along with the producers, Lord and Miller have appeared quite confident that it will be more than worth the wait for the fans, and also for the fact of that they're confident in it, and they're very passionate about it is the word I'm looking for this project. Anyway, guys, this here all being said, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. And of course, this has been Unofficial MCU. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. Peace out.